Shut up and sit down.
Hi, this is Apodcast Now, a podcast about just three ordinary dudes talking about their lives. You got Chris today,
Hello.
you got George,
What's up?
you got myself. Today, we're going to keep talking about music, and last episode, first of all, actually, welcome back. I know it's been a month. We've been working so hard to get this next episode out, and today's episode's all about music, and from the last episode, we said we were all just going to go to the JMSN concert. We're all just going to talk about that for a little bit and see where it goes from there. So, how'd you guys like the concert?
I liked it a lot, actually.
I did not like it as better as last year's.
Yeah, well, last year you had like an orchestra. I had video of it actually. Like you had like a drummer, like had like that crazy setup where it had like drums and stuff.
He cut production costs and it showed.
Well, you made the joke about the Uber, so I think he's hurting. He's like, I gotta call the concert because I gotta wake up and work. I gotta Uber. And he's like, I was like laughing. He's like, no, I'm serious.
What the hell?
I don't remember him saying that. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Frank.
I think the highlight of the concert, I think for all of us, was we were all extremely high that night. More one person than everyone in the group. That was Chris. Chris, why don't you tell him about your experience? Okay, the point is Chris didn't get high.
No, I didn't get high, but
yes, I got
but I was
super
sober.
high.
But Frank, okay, first time I ever seen Frank Stone was at Gary Clark Jr. And he gets very quiet, very reserved, very
Calm, collect.
very anti himself. If you know Frank or if you ever meet Frank, Frank is very outgoing, he's very talkative. He smokes weed and just totally opposite and just gets really quiet. And him, Anna, and George all decided to get high before the concert. Anna needed help during the last blunt. Frank, being the gentleman he was, decided to help her. Probably not the brightest idea he's ever had. And just got way too high.
Alright, I think you're over dramatizing everything. I think
No.
the people need to hear the truth.
Cool.
The truth was, okay. Alright, so yeah, your boy was smoking one with everyone there. Shout outs to Anna for the good ass weed, because it was good. But, yeah, smoked. We went inside. It was only like 7, and I was just too high for the event. I was tripping out too hard, and I almost collapsed. And the thing is that I think nobody knew that I was about to collapse except for Anna.
Oh no, she was like a mother hen to you, dude. Like she was like, because me and George got really giggly and thought everything was funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, Frank, you okay? You wouldn't answer me. I was like, Frank, you okay, dude? No answer. He just would stare at me blankly. And then when you almost went forward into the crowd, well, that too, in the place we were at, the Regency, it's what was that?
The Regent.
The Regent. It doesn't have. It's not like a level playing field. It's slanted at an angle towards the stage, for whatever reason. And Frank just started going down it, almost into a group of people, and Anna caught you. I do remember that.
The thing is, yeah, like Chris just said right now, is that the main part of the stage, not the actual stage itself, but where the attendees are, the floor is slanted, so it's going down. And, you know, when you're on drugs, that really messed with me, honestly. Personally, though, in my opinion, it was very, very, I think that's what caused everything else that happened to me, that I was like, oh man, this is not real. None of this is real. And I remember, like, Chris was trying to call me. He was trying to talk to me. Your boy was out of it. Like, I was not in my body. Like, it was...
I could tell. And it's like, George, help him. And I look at you, and I'm like, oh shit, he looks pretty gone. I think if security comes over here, they're gonna take him outside. He's not gonna be able to get back in. So after that, I'm just like, he'll turn better in a bit, and it did not. And I think it got worse.
Yeah, I got severely worse. I think it's because when you guys were talking to me, it was very much like I don't think this is really happening, because I think the way Anna was trying to talk to me about Pokemon, which really tripped me out, because I was like, why is she talking to me about Pokemon at a concert right now? And I think the point that Chris was like, Chris, I would look at Chris, but it's like one of those, I think it's like one of those moments, I think, like, it's like Inception, where it's like, you don't know if you're in reality or not, and it's like, this is probably a dream, and I already thought, like, I was like, okay, this is a dream, and my real body's already been collapsed somewhere, and they're like dragging me back to the car or something. So I was like, all right, just gonna ride it out for a little bit. And then yeah, I almost collapsed. I think it was a bad case of vertigo, honestly. I don't know.
You didn't even answer any questions. Then.
No, dude, yeah, you were just like a zombie.
Well, yeah.
You kept repeating yourself.
Yeah.
Over
and George just kept laughing, and he just got really giggly. I'm like, dude, this is serious. He goes, I know. And he would start laughing, and I'm like, well, we're no help. Anna kept trying to
looking at you. I'm like, dude, he's repeating himself.
Yeah.
I can't help but laugh.
He's like, you're sober. You should be able to deal with this. So I was like, I don't know how. But yeah, because I would be like, hey, Frank, do you want water? Do you want me to go get you water? And you're just like,
yeah, no, I was.
And then Anna
quiet.
was talking for you. She's like, yeah, go get him water. I went and got you water a couple times.
Yeah, like I said, it was.
You got better during like the second opening act, though.
Well, yeah, because that's.
I think because you drink like 8 glasses of water too.
Well, yeah, I think the water helped. That's that. If all else fails for people, just make sure you just drink plenty of water. That's it. You'll be fine. But during that time, yeah, I was very much like I don't know if this is real or not. And so I remember I would tell myself, okay, I'm gonna get Chris to get me water, and if Chris gets me water, then this is real. And I think I even felt like I made like a smirk. That I was like, oh yeah, I'm in control again, not the weed. And it was definitely not that. Because then you guys were like, do you guys want to go back down there in the pit? And I was like, yeah, no, not yet. I'm not ready for that.
You wouldn't go. Yeah.
I was scared. That's what happens. That's one of the things about weed.
Yeah, because Anna ripped into us, man. She's like, it's not funny, he's like tripping. I'm like, I don't know what to do with him. He just keeps like looking at me like a are you my daddy kind of moment, like this, like.
Yeah, dude, you looked weird, honestly. I mean, you naturally look weird, but you were looking even worse in my state of being, because I was like, oh man, I'm not alive right now.
Was that worse when he for that opening act when she said, has anyone ever had their heart broken?
Oh no, God. Let's wait on that. Let's put a pin on that.
Let's not.
Let's put a pin on that one real quick.
Go back to that.
Let's finish the story real quick, because that is a moment I sobered up, actually. So I'm not there yet. It's only like 8 or something in the venue, so the opening act isn't even out, and I'm already like, I want to just go home or crawl in a ball or something. And it was very much an out of body experience. It was like, I was like, oh man, I'm not gonna make it. But at the same time, I think my own conscience, I was like, this is just weed, dude. No one's died yet.
Yeah.
I felt like I could have died, but I didn't. So I'm good. And then from there, I think once I was able to like stabilize myself and feel like, okay, I'm good. We can do this. We went back down to the pit, right?
Yeah.
And then that's maybe like 9 o'clock-ish at that point. And that's when the first act came on, right?
Yep.
And I don't remember her name.
Yeah,
it was a female singer.
She's pretty good.
She was all right.
I liked her.
All right. We know you liked her.
I liked her better in the second act. I didn't like the second act at all.
Yeah. I didn't like the second act either.
Really? I had some really awesome like high moments with her music.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. If anything, okay, so who was the first? The first act was the one that was like, this song goes out to anyone who's ever had their heart broken, right? And Chris, without like a stop in his like heart or in his like reactions, he was like, yeah! And that was the moment I like sobered and I looked at him and I was like, what is wrong with you? I was like, who hurt you so bad that like you are this like petty about people dedicating songs to exes.
In my defense, that crowd, she was trying to get the crowd hyped and she couldn't do it, and she was like,
I don't think reminding people of terrible people is gonna like bring you up to spirits.
I wanted to make her feel like I was listening. Like I was like, okay, I'm in the moment. I'm here, and then I realized as I said it, what made that funnier is as I went, yeah, I look over and you're just staring at me like, what is wrong with you? And George just starts busting up laughing, and he's like, I can't even look at you right now, dude.
I was laughing throughout that whole song that she performed after that thing.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I don't even remember the song. I just remember giggling and fucking being so paranoid about other people watching me that I'm like can't even turn around because I'm just like, oh shit, these people are like, no, I'm fucking super high and I'm just laughing my ass off.
I honestly I don't remember any of her songs or anything, right? I mean, I was still pretty high, but just that moment you were like, you just mustered up all this hate outside and you just like screamed out, yeah! And then I was like, what is, Chris, come on, man, let it go.
I did let it go.
Yeah, you literally, yeah. But at what cost? We were all laughing at you for like 20 minutes.
You two. Nobody else really gave a
Anna
crap.
was laughing. Shout outs to Anna, by the way.
You three.
No, I feel like here's the weird thing, right? When you're high, you think, or at least I think, everyone's closer to you than what they are, really, right? Like, it's one of those things where
you had people bumping up into you.
Really? Okay, so
guy,
I thought I was
the
high.
guy and the girl that kind of...
Okay, no, not those two people. Those two people were assholes. I'm talking about in general, because I remember this from Gary Clark Jr., is that I might feel like I'm too close to people, and I'm just like fidgeting my feet around where I'm like shuffling them, and I'm like, no, too close to you. No, too close to you. And it's just like this endless circle of just me going in a circle in between like people. And it's really not. Like once I sober up, I'm like, wait a minute, I have like so much space right now. I need to remember that next time. Because it was tripping me out. I hate it. But the point is, don't scream out when people say they dedicate these songs to their exes.
She wanted to know. I answered the question. She wanted a good crowd. I tried to give her a good crowd.
The funny thing is that you were the only one that responded.
I know.
Right? And so if that's the case, right, she's like a up-and-coming singer. You are her targeted audience. Of all those 20 people that were like down there waiting and whatever, you were the one.
I just remember the moment when I did it. You and George simultaneously looked over at me and went, what is wrong with you? Like, your look was just priceless.
Chris is not afraid to show that he's had his heart broken.
No, he's not.
In front of...
Yeah. With you two, I could care less. You both are hot, so I was hoping you kind of didn't remember the moment, but
no, that's
probably apparently that ingrained.
That moment and the other moment where you were scoping out that chick that was. In the crowd.
God damn it!
What chick? I don't remember this.
No, we're not doing
okay.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, the one that
I thought was cute.
The one that threw something like.
No, I dropped something.
You dropped something?
I dropped something.
Okay.
And she came up. She was standing right next to
Chris.
Chris.
Let's hold on. Let's put the premise on this first. So, you see her first, right?
Okay.
Like you mentioned, hey, that girl's cute.
To me.
Yeah,
yes.
He mentions it to George that, hey, this girl's cute, right? I remember that part. Well, I don't remember you saying that, but I remember that night. And then you drop something out of your jacket, right?
Yes.
And then that same girl that you said, hey, that girl's cute, she walks up to us. And what did she say?
She's like, you dropped something.
No, she went down to go pick it up for him.
Oh, I did not realize that. It makes the story so much worse.
So she goes down.
To pick it up.
She picks up...
No, she's about to pick it up. Her hand's like 3 inches away from whatever Chris dropped. And Chris goes, no, it's fine. Thank you.
I said, no, I got it. Thank you.
I remember that part.
Probably like an asshole. But...
And she's just like, the look on her face, she was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And she's like...
I thought she was
And
cute.
after that... She like moved like 20 feet from Chris.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I remember that part. Like I was like, wait, what just happened? But I do remember you like yelling at her.
I didn't mean to yell at her. I didn't.
You creeped her out.
Okay,
probably because you were staring at her.
I wasn't staring at her. I wasn't. I was not staring that hard. No, I wasn't staring. She was just cute. She caught my attention, and then yeah, then she was on the side of me, and I don't know how to interact with.
Well, you got
female
her
girls.
attention too. It's just the wrong kind of attention.
Yeah, like, hey, here's pepper spray and her restraining order.
Nah, you were fine. Well, you were fine for us because we laughed the shit out of her. And I think because
No,
we were laughing so
what
hard,
offended
she
her too?
left.
No, yeah, what offended her too is George
I started
just
laughing.
starts laughing in her face. He's just like, and then she like looks at me. And
I wasn't laughing at her. I was laughing
I
at
know.
you, at the situation you put yourself in, because you totally like crashed and burned
Oh, I pooped
in
myself.
midair.
Oh
I
yeah,
looked myself.
that was not even someone who's super high would have done that or anything.
Maybe the fucking weed would have helped you.
Yeah, no, you guys are like, oh, smoke it. It's not that bad. It's not.
It wasn't that bad.
Oh, it's not. It said the guy who went into a coma.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
have ADD.
but-
It would have calmed your ADDness.
But did this coma make me like cry out? No.
No, it made you like incoherent, like a drawing on yourself.
Yeah. Imagine, okay, let's say you did, and then you're incoherent, and then you happen to not only drop the receipt, but you drop your body, and now she's like going to pick it up for you and help you. You're welcome. Okay? That's how you meet like your wife or something like that. You could tell that story to your children, and they're like, wow, that's so beautiful. See? So
Yeah,
maybe
did you ever
next
think-
time.
Did you ever think what type of situation you would have put yourself in if you were high?
Yeah.
Maybe you would have screamed out like a goofball.
I didn't mean to. I was awkward about women, but more of that to come later.
Yeah, it's fine, I guess. Well, no, it's not fine, but you know, you live and learn, and then hopefully you did learn, and if not, just keep living. You know, you'll be fine.
Still not the most embarrassing thing that did happen. There's this girl at work I do things to. She's a vendor, right?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't told you the story, so because this has happened, he knows about it.
Okay.
But there's this vendor, and I talked to a coworker, and she's really, really cute.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I've never talked to her. I've never really got to know her name. And I think she's really cute. Well, my coworker decides to go talk to her on my behalf, which I think's weird to begin with.
That's some middle school shit.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
there.
Thank you.
That's,
Thank you. And she's like, you know what? He's really shy, and he really thinks you're cute, and he just wants to know your name, blah blah blah. And yeah, so yeah. Every time
this
she
is very
sees me-
cringy. You know
Yeah,
that, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Every time she sees me, she just kind of looks at me. She smiled at me a couple of times. I don't know if she felt
She was
sorry for me.
she was
like,
in there today.
she'll always smile at me. She'll
Almost. Oh, that's way farther than if you've gone with a lot of people.
yeah,
So you're
well,
fine.
it's not fun.
So then, your coworker took you as a charity case, and was like, "I'm gonna help you, man. I'm gonna do you solid."
She went leaps and bounds beyond a coworker.
Yeah, no, that's
Cringeworthy though.
that's not a leap and bound. That's like a burning of a bridge right there.
No, some people could. Depends on the person. Some people could call it creepy. Some people adorable.
I don't think it's adorable.
You know,
What's adorable?
Having someone, well, let me rephrase this. Having a second party tell you the first party likes you.
Oh yeah, that's middle school.
Yeah, that's.
I didn't do it.
I know,
never
but
told the person to do it.
oh, they did it out of their goodwill of their heart.
Yes, they did it because
yeah,
they.
I don't think that was goodwill, honestly.
No, they didn't do
No.
it because I was like, oh, check yes or no if she likes you. No, and she was like,
I think
I was just talking about her. I was like, oh, I've always seen her around. She's really cute, and I've tried to talk to her, but she's really quiet too.
Mhm.
And I'm just like,
And you're just-
and I'm.
you just like to scream belligerent things.
I
at
do.
women.
I like to. She didn't go, hey,
Yeah.
have you ever had your heart broken? I could have been like, yeah. Answered in an affirmative.
I feel like if you would have asked her, like, hey, have you ever had your heart broken? That would have been a way, like, no matter what happened, it would be better than, hey, that kid with Downs wants to talk to you or something. Right? Like, it would work in the same context, you know? But it's cool. Shout outs to that coworker. You know, thank you for bringing it back to 2001 for all of us.
Middle school, 2006. I'd be 6. No,
I don't remember when I was in middle school, so I don't.
85. No, actually, middle school. No,
If
it's
you
high
want to
school.
know that you like her, you gotta be mean to her. You gotta
Pull
throw
her hair?
sand
Yeah.
in her face.
What is
That's
this,
okay.
fucking Hey Arnold? What the hell? No. Don't do that either.
I was kidding. Chris will take any advice.
Oh, yeah, you were a black guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I trusted you. Okay. Side, because this is how awkward I am with women. If you guys hadn't figured this out. Side note: a couple of years ago, there's this. Her name's Kelly, And she used to be a regular at our store. And I used to try to talk to her all the time. And she has an adorable little girl. And it was Father's Day. And George, who is one of my good friends.
Oh, I thought you were about to say George, who is a father.
Goes, hey, you should wish her happy Father's Day. So I took his advice. I said, hey, happy Father's Day. Her kid looked at me like I was retarded.
I told him, I didn't think he was actually going to say it, but I told him, hey, tell her happy Father's Day. She'll appreciate it because she's the mom and the father in this relationship since dad isn't around.
And you guys knew that?
I've talked to her.
So you knew she was
the dad was out of the picture.
Okay, so
I knew
you knew
that.
she was like a
it-
single mom.
I said it jokingly.
Okay.
No, he said it just like he said that right now.
I said it's serious.
It was serious.
Okay.
And then like
But
me
I was
just
joking.
like, oh, he's my friend. He'd never do anything intentionally to hurt me. I was wrong.
You don't know George. I think.
Oh, I told him. He goes, I didn't think you'd do it. Are you an idiot? And I was like, I trusted you.
How did she react though? Like
She was like confused. She was like, oh.
Did you try to explain it? Well, because you are both a mother and a father.
No,
and
because I realized
respect
I
that.
screwed up, and I was like,
So you didn't know how to rebound from that
I didn't know
either.
how you rebound from that.
Like I said, you just say like, hey, because doing it on your own, lady, more power to you.
Sure.
Something like that. Anything like maybe just walk away, perhaps. And
I was
just-
helping her.
And then just never
I was helping
meet
her.
her again.
I was helping her, and I had a fat crush on her. She was very pretty.
Was she?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought so. I actually.
You
Because I
couldn't-
told you if you wanted to get with her, what you had to do.
What
He's
do
like,
you
I
have
have
to
health
do?
insurance.
Yes.
Have health insurance? That was it?
Tell her he has health insurance.
Hey, I have bomb health insurance. You should date.
Okay.
I have good health insurance.
Because she works at freaking
Yolanda. She worked at Yolanda. God, I hope
With a
she
kid.
never hears this podcast.
with a kid,
So the kid works at Yolanda's with her, is what I'm hearing from him.
No.
Oh, okay.
but she obviously doesn't have health insurance for the kid.
Oh, okay. I get
She
you. I
has
get you.
to. I don't know. She
From
goes.
Yolanda's?
She has. She goes.
You
to
know,
school.
she could have like Medicaid or
Yeah,
Medi-Cal,
she goes.
right?
She goes to school. Student.
But with your insurance, it'd be like the
I
gravy.
would
on
live
the-
off her because she's trying to be a bioengineer or biochemist. She's trying to be a biochemist.
That sounds boring, but yes, it sounds like a lot of money.
That's what she's trying. That's what she's going to school for.
Okay, that's cool. Well, shout outs to Kelly for doing her thing, being a
And
single
if you still
mom.
want health insurance, Chris is right here.
Chris.
She's never
Mom
gonna-
health insurance.
She's never going to
Who
listen
do you
to
have,
me.
Chris? Blue Cross?
Mhm.
Blue Shield?
Anthem.
We have Anthem? Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. So now that that's out there, give us our the policy number so we could use it sometime. Can you put me under as like your like?
We have to get married.
Can you put
That's
that under
fine.
your Plenty of Fish headline?
You should put that on your Plenty of Fish headline.
I
Date
have-
me because I have
I
health
have
insurance.
health insurance.
I'll do it. Sure.
Do it. Why
Okay.
not? It doesn't hurt.
We'll
right?
post a link to that underneath the podcast when we upload that.
Oh, I totally will.
Please,
I
please.
totally will.
Okay. Well, we have a lot of links now. We have officially an Instagram now,
Yes.
and a Twitter, and a SoundCloud. Those are all at a podcast now. It's one word. So make sure you like, follow, subscribe.
And smash that motherfucking like button.
We're not on YouTube yet, but you could smash whatever is useful in that social media. Okay? Smash it all. Smash the male patriarchy. Okay?
Oh.
We gotta go somewhere from
Yeah, no. So that's the male page. Speaking of that, did you buy air? So you're gonna go see Portugal? Oh, you don't even listen to Portugal the Man. 'Cause
No.
We're gonna go see them at the end of the month.
No, but if you want to, speaking of music, let's talk about Portugal the Man's new album. Upsettingly, Portugal the Man is not from Portugal, so
No.
I already had a bias going into this. Like, I was like, I don't like false advertising. And if you're not from Portugal with like a Portuguese accent, like Cristiano Ronaldo, then I'm already like, hey man, I feel like I got gypped, honestly. But yeah,
They're
what-
from Alaska, and they
thought they're
moved
from
down
Oregon.
to Portland. So the band started up in Portland. So they hail from Portland, from Alaska.
okay. So
Not
they're
from Portugal.
yeah, they're Inuits, is what I'm hearing. and then they went to Portland, and then this is what album is this for them?
I think it's the seventh.
Yeah.
Seventh
the
album.
seventh album.
But it's their breakthrough
This
album.
is a breakthrough album.
So
Breakthrough. Or even Friends, I would call their breakthrough.
yes. not as much attention as this one's getting. This one is.
What's the sales records? I don't know what the sales numbers are right now, but I imagine Evil Friends did pretty well.
No, it's beating it. There's Rolling Stones. I have to look up the article, but there's a Rolling Stones article about Portugal the Man and how Feel Good has put them into the mainstream and how
that's understandable.
Everybody's like,
yeah. So
like, hey.
It was in a commercial for Apple's new iPad.
Well, then yeah, and then what was that guy from InfoWars? Because that music video was like,
Alex
they're trying to shut us down. That got huge publicity. You can't buy that. So you get somebody to talk about your album, then you get Apple to license your music, then you're set pretty much for your Grand Slam album. Unless you're Jay-Z and just sell
Pop wise, yes. Pop wise.
So then you would say then that this album then is their mainstream album then, and
yes.
Okay, so it's the friendlier version. It's the light Portugal the Man version then.
Okay, as somebody
not as conscious as any of their past records.
I disagree with you totally. Evil Friends is poppy, but you just like
conscious.
Oh, but it's poppy. This is the general direction of where they've been going. This is what they wanted. This album. This is like excuse me. This is everything they wanted, and they got it. They've made a poppier album. Which I don't think is bad at all.
They took a detour though, because Gloomin' and Doomin' was supposed to come out before.
Why are you talking about an album that hasn't come out yet?
Because that's how I said. That's why I said they took a detour. This what's this? I already forgot the name of the album.
Woodstock.
Gloomin' and Doomin' was supposed to release before Woodstock, and then John Gurley went to his father's house and found an old Woodstock ticket in his house, and that was the whole.
That's the catalyst for this album then.
He found the ticket and he's like, oh my god, I have to create something else other than.
Yeah, because he pushed back the album. Because he was like, oh, it's coming out.
They scrapped or shelved Gloomin' and Doomin'. The only song on Woodstock that was supposed to be on Gloomin' and Doomin', I think it's Tidal Wave?
Yeah.
I think it was Tidal Wave.
Yeah.
But this album's produced by Danger Mouse. Like a few tracks are produced by Danger Mouse. And a few others by.
Danger Mouse only did like 5.
From the dude from Beastie Boys, Mike.
Mike D?
Mike D.
I thought he was dead.
No.
Or is that the other Beastie Boy?
It's the other Beastie Boy.
Yeah. We don't know which Beastie Boy died, but let us know in the comments section if you know which one died.
Seriously.
It's not even funny. Don't even laugh at that.
But yes, not my favorite album from Portugal the Man, and I love Portugal the Man.
Yeah, I honestly thought going into this, Portugal the Man was already kind of established listening to this. So for someone like me who I've never listened to Portugal the Man, I've only heard through it from George, and if George listens to it, then it has to be mainstream, right? But it wasn't. Like
wait, no, that's me.
But I from like someone like so if this album is made for someone that's like, okay, this is our mainstream, that would be someone like me, perhaps, who's like, I don't know who Portugal the Man is. Are they from Portugal? But no, they're not. Once again, not very upsetting that it's not like that. Don't do that again. Change your name to Alaska the Man, or at least Portland the Man. But
they're called Lords of Portland.
Oh, they're called Lords of Portland? I mean, that's catchy, but I can see how you'll only be featured in Portlandia if you were just called Lords of Portland.
My next Narnia.
That'd be nice. But I thought the album was, I don't know. The only times I listened to it was, to get a feel and understand, like, where this band is trying to take me to. And I did not get the sense that it was the 60s or like some kind of like psychedelic rock or anything of that era. It did not feel like that.
The opening track, which had Richie Havens, who he did a song in Woodstock called Freedom. When I heard the opening track was number 1 from Woodstock, I thought it was gonna have like a heavy Woodstock influence, like 60s psychedelic feel. After hearing that first track or that number 1 song, but when I listened to the whole thing, it seems so like a scattered mess.
It does. For me personally,
I really love the single "Feel It Still." I think that's a great single. Noise Pollution was good. Tidal Wave is okay, but like I said, the whole album is I don't see it as a coherent.
It's not coherent. Then. No. It's not. It's not their best work, is what I'm hearing from them.
No.
Not
Really,
at all.
I thought it was really coherent. Thought all the tracks went too well together.
For me, I think it starts off well, like George said. Like for me, honestly, after I think it's Keep On, it just dies for me. Like, and I've heard this in the car, I've heard this at home, and every time like I'm at the halfway point of this album, I want to go to sleep listening to these songs. And that's not me just bashing on them or something. I think the features in this, they have like the vocals, they have no effort. Not Portugal themselves, but the features themselves.
Fat Lip?
I like Fat Lip. That song.
Fat Lip,
how that
and
transition,
then
I like it.
the people in Noise Pollution. I was like, this is boring, and I think maybe for me, I don't know, the instrumentation kind of was like lackluster there. It sometimes felt like it wanted to be hip hop, where I wasn't sure if it was a drum machine being played in the back or if it was actually a live drummer. And then it felt like it was trying to go somewhere, and then it was like, oh, hey, let me get some elements from over here, and then from over here, and it's listenable for me, but it's only listenable halfway.
It's forgettable for me. My favorite album of theirs is, Satanist. I like that album. I really love American Ghetto. I didn't like it at first. Hopefully this one grows on me. In the Mountain, in the Cloud, I love that album. Evil Friends, I loved. It's not my favorite.
Do you think it's because it's trying to go to the mainstream that you don't like it? Or what is it
because
exactly?
I thought Evil Friends was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
They hired Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse has been working for them for a long time, even before Evil Friends, I believe.
But he's the main producer for Evil Friends, though.
Yes, he was the whole producer of the album. This one has, like I said, songs by Mike D, some Danger Mouse tracks, and it doesn't fit, in my opinion, in the album. Not my favorite lyrics.
Honestly, I love it.
Chris is the only one who likes the album.
I like it.
Apparently, it's his album of the year.
It will be until Fall Out Boy releases their album in November.
Oh my goodness.
Talking about coffee.
No, just really let down for me. Coming from a huge Portugal Man fan.
But this is like the year everybody's trying. Like Dan Arbuck released a very poppy one. I didn't like it at first. Listened to it a few more times. Really like it.
That album.
And it's very poppy. But everybody's trying to bust into, like, nobody's gonna make money in the indie world unless you're really, really like, oh. And then even Chad Faker changed his name and he was good. And then, but you're not gonna make money. Oh, who's gonna pay to see an indie artist? Oh, but if you, like I said, Portugal the Man got a.
But that's how you build your brand.
Yeah, but again, you don't see any bands playing for Apple, do you? Like, name an indie band that's in an Apple commercial.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Phoenix was an indie band.
There's the key word, was.
But it depends on when you're gonna say, hey, these guys are indie, they're hip. No, they're not fucking signed to a real record label. Is it once they get signed to a real record label, you're gonna go, oh well, that's just pop
I don't
bullshit.
think any freaking major recording artist is not really signed to a major indie label.
Yeah.
Chance the Rapper is apparently signed to an indie label. And come on.
Yeah, but even those, even those labels, like, they're under an umbrella of like a giant, bigger corporate like record label or something.
I'm pretty sure one guy owns like every single media.
No, people break off.
No. Who's the one dude? I forgot. I think it's the guy who found Usher, Mary J. Blige, all those people. I always think he's the top dog.
Geffen?
Is that Geffen Records? I don't think so. We'll figure it out sooner or later, one day, and we'll come back to this in another episode. But the point is, though, yeah. So then it's what would you rate it then? Like, how are you even rating these things?
I just like it.
You just like it. I think that's a good rating. You like it. If it's listenable, then you're good, right?
Yeah. What, are you still talking about Woodstock?
Yeah, we're still talking about
Woodstock's a 4 for me.
Woof.
I mean, 4's not bad, right? It's not a negative number. It's when you get to the negative numbers, that's when it's a really bad album. Unlistenable. You know? Actually, we should make an album called Unlistenable and see if we can actually make it unlistenable.
Probably.
That's in the future works, people. Podcast now
So this
going
podcast
all
is-
formats of media, okay? Make sure you follow us, too, okay? Don't skip on anything.
From somebody who's never listened to it, you said it was forgettable.
I don't think like I said, I don't think it's forgettable. I think it's nice. I like it. It's nice the first half, right? Second half, big lull. I'm fucking going to sleep. I'm not even lying about that, okay? I think some of the I've already touched a bunch of this stuff, but it's okay. It's not impressive. It's not changing anything. I just think what it sounds like they want to do versus what came out is one of those okay, but
There was a
you
lot
did
of
your
hype
job.
behind this album too, and that's why people are feeling that down.
I wasn't hyped.
The
and
cover
I listened to it.
I really love the cover.
Yeah,
but
the cover's
everybody's
nice.
like, "Oh, this is gonna be great. It's gonna be a great album," and then they're like, "What is this garbage?" And like, I liked it. From Evil Friends, very poppy too, and that's the first album I came aboard on. Listen to their older stuff. I really don't really like their older stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but I listened to it. And then Evil Friends and this one just whatever, just grabbed me, I guess. And I'm hoping to see when I see them live. I'm hoping that it's.
I'm excited for the concert.
That's
I
all
really
they're gonna
like
play,
them
though.
live.
That's all they're gonna play. Though.
I bet you they're gonna be
Yeah,
playing
what if
still
they-
a lot of material from
What
Evil
if they
Friends.
play
No.
all
Yes.
Woodstock?
No, because the last two concerts, that's all it was Evil Friends. Like almost the whole album, except for like 2 or 3 songs or covers. And
Well, I'm
then-
excited to see what those live versions sound like.
Yeah. Well,
Not a fan of the album though, so hopefully the live versions of the songs make me a fan of the album to some degree. Maybe I'll start listening to the album after July 29th or 28th, whenever the show is. But yeah, huge letdown for me.
huge other letdown concert was Catfish and the Bottlemen. Also, a great band I love, but freaking suck live.
Oh,
Never
wow.
heard them. Never heard of them. Please elaborate me.
Okay, they're. I don't know how to explain it. They're good.
Okay.
And Aunt George liked them too, so we got their ticket, and we went to see them at the Anaheim House of Blues in Anaheim, and we went and saw them. A lot of young people, like would you say, like teens?
Yeah.
The young hip teens.
Yeah,
is
like
that
a
what?
very-
Not hip teen. They were
No.
like 15. And
Like they
younger.
like you would put a
You're
safe
talking-
space.
Okay,
and they,
so-
They
like,
had to been all
congregate
of
here.
them like
Yeah.
all 17, like preteens.
Yeah.
Like, all young.
Okay, so you guys
They
are
were
with
like
a
the
bunch.
oldest motherfuckers there.
So you guys are a bunch of preteens. They're all Tumblr famous. None of you are, and then what?
Probably,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
And we went saw them, and the opening back
Horrible.
July Talk, the
Mhm.
opening act.
July Talk was amazing.
Amazing.
Okay.
They got out, they danced, they got in the crowd. The girl went out in the crowd, she did crowd work. He would just go out and just like, they embraced it. Like that was like, if I expected
They
a
set
concert,
the bar so high
Yeah.
for that show that
Yeah.
night, and once Catfish in the bottom, and it was just like, really? They couldn't even like hang with them.
Yeah.
The band didn't even like, oh god, I can't, just thinking about it just really sucks.
So then
They're just
basically,
standing there. They seem like
And
like
they
a
didn't-
boy band.
And they didn't sing
sound
most of
like-
their songs either. Like they let the crowd sing it. And I was like, why are you letting the crowd sing it when it's your song?
well, because they know what the lyrics.
I
Yeah,
didn't
but
pay
the
for the
whole
crowd to hear it.
The whole crowd knew the fucking songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't.
Okay. Yeah, but
That's
that's
lazy to me.
Yeah, but that's a tactic that they use to show engagement with the audience because they're like, "I'll sing it, now you sing it with me,
No, when
right?"
you want to sing a whole song, like they'll have the audience sing, like you sing like a couple, like
Yeah, you sing a
lines.
couple bits of the lyrics or
They
whatever,
felt like
or
a
the
boy
chorus,
band.
and that's
they,
it.
They felt like a boy band to me. Like
Really?
like someone wrote their lyrics and then they were just standing there with no life, no energy. It
I really like
sucked.
their albums.
No, their music on their album is like okay, it's catchy, but their live shit.
Yeah,
it
isn't that
almost
upsetting?
Maybe like I don't even want to listen to them anymore.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
That's how bad they were.
When you like a band, you're like, "Damn, this band is sick," and then when you see them live, you're like, "Where did all that good stuff go?"
And I didn't even pay for the tickets, and I felt pissed.
We been upgraded too, the VIP.
So basically, then what I'm hearing is that this band sounded just like the audience. That like if we're talking about famous Tumblr kids, that they only were interesting online, but in real life they were actually
Oh
boring.
no, like the audience, maybe because I'm just old, but like all the young kids in the crowd loved it. They were dancing with it. They were singing along with it. And I'm thinking, this has got to get better. This has got to get better. And
There was only one part of the show where I thought, okay, this is pretty cool, and that was like one of the outro, the finale, the last song that they did.
Last song.
That was like the only part that I was like, oh, okay, like some interesting stuff's going on right now. But other than that, really, really, really fucking boring show from Catfish on the Bottom. And maybe it's because it was towards the end of the leg of the tour, or I don't know. But the second album, they had already toured for I don't know how long. It's 8 months prior in the UK and the US and wherever else they would go perform. But it showed that they were fucking tired or something.
Yeah.
They didn't have any kind of life.
No, like we've seen Dorothy.
I gotta look them up at like on the shows at Glastonbury at those big festivals and see if they're the same. Maybe we got a fucking like off night from them.
You know, but to add to your argument, not add, but like we saw Dorothy. She was ending her concert and she still she engaged. She was still upbeat. So I don't think fatigue has anything like really to. It can, but like. If you're feeling it and you're feeling what you love doing it. They just felt like they were just there to be there. Like, oh, we have
Well, I don't think Dorothy travels outside the fucking U.S.
True.
Exactly.
She went to. Where'd she go this year? She went to England or she left the U.S. this year
to perform.
Yeah.
I don't think like Catfish on the Bottom in them like hitting every single major city in Europe.
Well, they're huge. They're from
exactly. So all that traveling. Playing all the same fucking set lists every other night. That's what I think it showed to me that they couldn't even fucking hang anymore.
That's why I wanted to see AFI at the Forum or not the Forum.
I would never see AFI.
No, but at the Wildering, I grew up on AFI.
What's that album you showed me from them? The one that has it's in
Crash Love.
Isn't it Fat Lip?
No, it's Crash Love.
Okay.
The one song with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Oh, God, that's on.
That's I was listening to that and I was.
I think that's on Black Sails. That's an old song.
I think the cover has like a pumpkin on it.
Yeah.
I was listening to one of those songs and I actually enjoyed it.
That's old, but to the point, like they threw 2 shows at the Wiltern, but they didn't have the same set list. I like bands who don't do that. Like they don't play the same songs every night. They play different ones, so you get a different experience to every concert that you go to.
Yeah, I think it was It sounds like it was just a throwaway concert for them. They're just like, you guys know the words. We're big in Europe. We don't.
Kinda. Yeah.
They're big out here too, though.
You know?
Yeah.
And this wasn't the first time they were performing this album. It was the second leg of the U.S. tour. So, because we wanted to go see him earlier when the album dropped at the Wiltern, I think it was, but we didn't get tickets.
Sold out.
And yeah, that Anaheim show was garbage. Except for July Talk. July Talk was the highlight of that show. Really awesome band. Check them out. So much energy.
I like to just give a shout out to our sponsor for this episode. It's the Leftorium. George, are you left-handed?
I know I'm not.
All right. So is 98% of the world is not left-handed. But for the 2% left-handed people out there, the Leftorium has everything you need. Left-handed notebooks, left-handed pens, left-handed scissors, and of course, left-handed can openers. So make sure you use the promo code APN at theleftorium.co to get 20% off your first purchase. That's the Leftorium. Now you're using the right hand. So then let's talk about album of the year so far then. What's your favorite album so far, Chris?
It really does have to be Portugal the Man.
It's Portugal the Man.
It has.
Thing that we've just been talking about.
I think that's the only album he's actually.
No, I listened to Dan Arbach. I listened to. I like the New Lord album.
I haven't heard the New Lord album. I kind of want to,
just to see
if she wails the high notes like she did.
No, it's one of those breakup albums. Like, oh, you broke my heart.
No wonder why you like it, man. First of all, people, let's just get this out of the way. Chris has a bias towards heartbreaks and like.
Chris's favorite artists are Adele. Who else?
She's singing it down.
Who else sings about breakup?
Every band, dude.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, no, I don't listen to Taylor Swift.
No, you won't admit that you don't listen.
I'll admit it. I don't listen to Taylor Swift.
You haven't heard her ever?
I have. I just don't I wouldn't go out my way.
You wouldn't go out of your way?
to
Okay.
listen to it. No.
Um,
I like Dan Auerbach's album.
Which is garbage.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly my point. So everything everything Chris listens to is garbage. So it doesn't matter.
what's your album of the year so far?
My favorite, it has to be Awaken My Love by Childish Gambino.
Was that this year?
Yes.
Are you sure that was in November of last year?
Was it really November?
Check.
No.
Somebody check for us real quick.
No.
Let us know in the comments section before we actually find out ourselves. I'm pretty sure Awaken My Love
Is it?
is
Yeah.
a last year album. I guess.
Holy shit, it is.
Yeah, I guess if you want to include it, we'll just give it a little legacy for right now. It's for so far, okay? Don't overthink it. But yeah,
What month did it
Flashback
come
Friday. So there you go.
I think it came out in November,
Yeah.
or it came out during the fourth quarter of 2016.
So I remember you talking about that last year, and you're like, oh, you have to hear this, blah blah.
I think you lost your concept of time.
Oh, then I don't have a favorite album then. If
Wow.
it's for 2000. All my favorite bands have been putting out garbage. Kings of Leon put out a shitty album.
Yeah, that was awful.
Minus the Bear put out a shitty album. Portugal the Man put out a shitty album. Who else? I thought 2017 for me was going to be an awesome fucking year.
Oh, Dan
All great-
Auerbach put a shitty
Dan
album.
Auerbach, which I love everything that he does. I really love the Arcs record he did
Which
a
is
couple years
surprising
ago.
because the arcs are weird.
Psychedelic weird, which I enjoyed. It's like a
Yeah.
like a
Smoke a good weed.
like a
and
weird,
go
like,
do that.
circus funhouse ride. That's what it was to me. But everything, all my favorite bands, like I said, have put out shitty albums. If I had to pick one, I guess it'd have to be Kendrick's Damn.
What about the
Okay.
other song you guys were talking? The other one,
What
the
other
rapper, the
What
rapper. Oh, what's his name? You were playing it in the car on the way back from JMSN.
Was I? I don't
It
remember.
was like a league of rappers.
Oh, I
You know what
gotta
I'm talking
look.
about?
Yes, I'll look for it right now.
Lil Yachty?
Lil Yachty's album was fucking trash, and I want everyone to know that. Okay.
I've not listened to it, nor do I want to listen to
Yeah,
it.
it's not worth your time. If you like Lil Yachty, that's cool, but album-wise, it's trash. I think.
It came out, okay, Awaken My Love came out December 2nd, 2016.
Okay, it came out in 2016.
That should
Like I
count
said,
as a
okay, if you wanted to
2017
count, like I said, we'll just do a little legacy on it. But technicalities live, my dude, and if that's the case, it's still a 2016 album. But since it is during Christmas, I'm gonna give you the gift of putting it for 2017. Okay. So, Awaken My Love album
That's
of
my
the year
yes.
far,
So far.
because we are halfway of the year
We're halfway.
actually. So
We're a little bit over halfway
we've had a
already.
lot of trash albums come out.
Garbage.
You know, a lot of garbage. It's the year of the garbage, honestly.
JMSN's album was pretty good.
Oh, Jameson's album's
Is it really an
good.
album or is it an EP?
has
There's
a
a
song.
difference.
8 songs. It's really short. It's like
Yeah.
not even 38 minutes. Probably like under 40 minutes. It's a really short album.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's
I
good.
would, yeah. It's a good album.
But it's
not.
not album of the year
No.
material.
It'd be
That's
my
what we're
second-
talking
It'd
about
be my
right now.
second. It'd be Portugal the Man and then his. Because I like a lot of Jameson's songs.
I thought Dan Auerbach would be your second choice.
Third.
Third? Okay.
I
but-
could re-listen to that. Didn't like it at first when we listened to it.
The Jameson one?
No, the Dan
Dan
Auerbach.
Auerbach.
You won't like it. I'll tell you much I like. And then anything I like, you're like, oh, it's trash.
Not really.
Name a band that you like that I like.
Brand new.
Ugh. I've seen Brand New Life, people. I am not amazed, okay?
Well, Frank's off the podcast now.
No, I'm
So
not
if you're
outta
looking for a
here.
replacement.
No, you're not.
I've seen them live once, and I thought they were really amazing.
I thought they were boring, honestly. And the crowd there, they were trying to mosh, and I was like, these songs are depressing, man.
Yeah.
Like I can't see people trying to push each other for funsies. I get it when it's like a high octane band or just like a hardcore band and everything, because that's part of the music. But Brand New was just like up there, and I think the lead singer is very pasty looking, and I was like, why is anyone trying to like just fight each other at this time, man? We should all just be like just smoking a cigarette and feeling bad for ourselves or something. Yeah, I did not enjoy it, but that's not album of the year material either. Okay. But yeah, Chris, you have good taste. Don't worry. All right, don't let the haters
What was the
tell
album?
you.
The rap album? Did you find it?
Oh, so I think the one that you're talking about is Brockhampton.
That's it.
Saturation.
I have not listened to that. I really want to get around to listening to it because
I
I've
liked
heard really good things.
It was
Does it have
good.
a vinyl? Because I don't.
I would go out and buy it then.
But yeah, I like that one. That's not gonna be my favorite album of the year so far. Mine personally, in my opinion, so far is Louis LaRoche's "Sleepless Nights."
I think that's pretty good too.
You didn't hear anything because no one's reviewed it. Don't you lie to me.
Unless you mentioned it to him.
You didn't mention it to me.
Did I?
Yes.
Huh? I
You
might.
said there's a band, and we're talking about it. And you said that was one of the things in the car that you did mention. Like, oh, you might like this. Check them out.
Oh, I think.
Check them out.
I mean, I play Louis
So
LaRoche's
person
album.
I said it was and he was good. Okay. So,
Anytime like I'm
you can
not.
retract that statement.
I won't. I'm not retracting shit. Okay.
Retract that statement.
Alright.
'Cause
You
I
can
just-
edit it out, and then you can edit that part out. Okay. But anytime like I'm not listening to something new or whatever, that's the album I'm currently going back towards. But I'm pretty sure it came out this year. I'm pretty sure it came out February of this year, so very early. Very very good start for 2017 for me, music wise. I like it. I like it's basically like I don't think you've heard Calvin Harris's new album that just came out. It's what
What one's that one?
it's the one that's it has a bunch of features on it. I think it's called like Funk Waves Volume 1.
No,
Well,
I don't prior to
Yeah,
that.
so I mean odds are you're not going to listen to it. I mean I've started
Calvin
listening.
Harris.
I like Calvin's older work. I think
Same.
once he went 18 months, the album, of course, not 18 months pregnant or something like that, for those who don't know who Calvin Aaron is, but Calvin Harris.
There you go.
But that's basically his David Guetta point, where he's like, okay,
But it was still a really good album.
I mean, it's a good album, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, but it's the point where you're like, okay, you know where he's going with this, like it's
That was this crossover.
yeah,
in the mainstream.
this is his mainstream album. This is the sound he's going for, right? And that album's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's a good like I forgot what year it came out, but it's a good reflection of
2010, I believe.
like electronic music wise, like what was good then, right? And it's not a bad album now. And then currently, Funk Waves is basically the same thing, but way more features from hip hop, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, but I think the artist that he picks or the label picked for him was it was a crapshoot. I think they were just going for brand names and that was it, right? They have Future on there.
They have the biggest names in
Yeah.
hip hop, pretty much. So like,
They have Migos.
we put Calvin Harris, and the top selling hip hop artists will get a cash cow.
Think of a British DJ Khaled, and that's what this album is. Without all the yelling, without all the borrowed beats or whatever, that's what that is. But to go back to my favorite album of the year so far, Louis LaRoche put something out just like that, where it's very funk, funk inspired, very 80s, very synth wave. It's very like downbeat. It's very like a slow pace for an electronic album. And I think that's also the thing with George's like favorite album so far, is that Awaken My Love has a very funk inspired
Yes.
like it's basically a 2016 version of what George Clinton or what Parliament Funk would be making
Bootsy
right
Collins,
now. Bootsy Collins.
Funkadelic. Every time I listen to Awaken My Love,
You want to hear the older records.
Yes, like
you
Parliament,
definitely want to do that.
Funkadelic, George Clinton,
Yeah.
Bootsy Collins.
I mean,
I appreciate all that funk that inspired this album from Childish Gambino.
Yeah, I like it, but I think that's kind of the trend of right now, is that I think everyone's kind of hopping on this like slower beat, funky sounding, like almost you're gonna have to edit that out. G-funk style of music, right? Like where it's like sampling old 80s songs or older funk songs, and then just making them sound brand new. And for me, Louis LaRoche did that, or executed that, way better than Calvin Harris. But then again, Louis LaRoche, I think, is self-published. I think he put it out on his own. He barely had any marketing for it, as opposed to obviously Calvin Harris, who has way more resources
One of
to
the highest
use.
paid DJs in the
Yes.
world. I think he's number one, actually.
Yeah.
I think he's
Somewhere
number
around
one.
there.
I think he's number one.
He's top 5 for sure. Okay, he could win a reality TV show if he wanted to with those numbers, right? But that's my favorite album so far. And then if we're going with second favorite, it would have to be the Brockhampton. Like, it's so good. Beat wise, it's dope. It's sick. I'm pretty sure I have some other ones that I'm like, that's cool. Let's see. Oh, well, favorite song is Lil Uzi Vert's EXO Life. I don't care what anyone says about that song. It's catchy. Okay? What's your favorite song so far? Not album, just song.
Oh man, I have to look that up really quick.
Yeah, look it up. What about you, George?
Of this year, you said?
Yeah, this year.
DNA by Kendrick Lamar. That's probably really the dopest song I've heard this year.
All right.
That and I don't think anything else. I have anticipating albums. If we're going to talk about that.
Yeah. What are you waiting on? Hopefully, 2017 is not a poop emoji year for you music wise. So let us know what you're waiting on.
Go ahead.
Oh.
No, I was asking you something.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yes.
Oh. I'm waiting on, obviously, guys probably already know, Queens of Stone Age's new album,
yeah.
Villains. I have that pre-ordered.
I hope you like that.
One of my favorite bands, and it's actually being produced by Mark Ronson.
Oh, yeah.
He's been a huge fan of Queens of Stone Age. So I'm kind of liking the direction I've heard so far from the snippets. Really excited for that. Another album, if Arctic Monkeys drops this year, that's definitely at the top of my list as well.
Okay.
Who else? I'm not sure if anyone else everyone else that I like has put out shitty albums, so I'm hoping the trend doesn't continue during the end of the year. But those are my most anticipated albums. I'm probably forgetting a few, but that's what I want to hear, or I'm hoping to hear. That's drops. What about you?
What about you, Chris? What are you waiting on?
Nothing really.
Your Fall Out Boy, you just said.
Fall Out Boy drops. Yeah, Fall Out Boy.
Just Fall Out Boy.
I don't really know anything.
You're just falling in love with Fall Out Boy right now.
I am. I'm just hoping this other poet, Sean. Well, if you like spoken word and a little music behind it, I was hoping he'd drop one. Shane Podolsky? I don't know. How do you say this?
Let's see. Shane Koyson. I don't know.
Oh, that's close enough.
But that's way better than whatever whatever Chris was saying right now.
Yeah, whatever. But I like him a lot. He's a spoken word poet. I think he drops one every 2 years. I was hoping he would drop a new one. Fall Out Boy, which is really exciting because I'll see them right after their album drop. So
can you make a compilation of every time you say Fall Out Boy and just make it one long?
Yes, I will.
That'd be great. Let's drop a like on this if you want to hear just Chris saying Fall Out Boy for it'll probably be like 5 minutes or so. But
it's my favorite band. One of my favorite bands.
But we can extend it to 4 hours or one of those YouTube 24 hours, saying Fall Out Boy for 24 hours and see how well we do with that part.
Well, I'm gonna go see a comedian. I'm excited about that.
What are you seeing?
John Mulaney.
Don't know who that is. What movie have they been in?
John Mulaney's actually had a show called John Mulaney on Fox. Trying to think what else. He has a stand-up special on Netflix called Comeback Kid.
It's not even on my recommended list, so I don't know what's going on.
I'm trying to think what else he's been in, to be honest. Let's look him up.
Just look him up, but yeah.
But yeah, I got really good seats to see him because everybody did not want to. Group chat.
Oh. This is not the time or place.
It's absolutely the time or place. You two are.
No, for him to mention, once again, My members, they don't want to hang out with me. Me
Exactly.
mates, they don't want to.
Exactly.
They don't want to partake in what I like. It's not that. It's just I'm not interested.
I don't care. They're trash. Yeah, he's been in Mulaney, Big Mouth, and I guess hosted Saturday Night Live.
Really? Oh, yeah. I don't.
I'm seeing him in December.
All right, that's good. I don't know what I'm expecting, honestly, at this point. I can't think of anything right now, so I'll think about that in the next episode or something. I'll bring it back.
Drake's new album.
Drake's new album, I'm not. I don't care, I guess. I mean, it's gonna be dope when it comes out, right? Like I'm pretending like I'm not gonna like it, but it's gonna come out and be like, hey.
I don't listen to Drake, bro.
I haven't listened
like
to More Life because I take a year from listening to Drake.
You take a year off. You're like, oh, okay, that's
it. I skip every other album.
You're just gonna like not do a semester of Drake and then come back or something and be like, yeah,
because
okay,
I'm ready. I don't know. I can't do every single goddamn year listening to Drake.
Really?
Once did he drop the vinyl though?
He doesn't have any. The only album worth purchasing that he has is Take Care, in my opinion. Everything else, it sucks. Drake doesn't drop good albums, classic albums. If you consider Take Care a classic, near classic.
It's not a classic. I don't think it's a classic.
Yeah, it's his best album though, in my opinion.
What about you? So, what do you like about Drake? You gotta tell me.
Just
Heartbreak. Heartbreak Drake.
Yeah, you like Heartbreak Drake, don't you?
I like that. Oh, yeah, that one song you did that was about heartbreak. That's actually true. I don't know. I just like him. Some of the things, like I don't listen to him, but when I hear a song,
you just like him because they're catchy, right? And because he sings.
Yeah, because he sings. Right.
Yeah. Well, a lot of rappers they just sing now too.
Oh, I'm looking forward to Eminem's new album if it drops this year.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That sucks.
If it drops, I'm really looking forward.
I think it should be dropping.
What's it called?
If anything,
is it medical based anymore, or is it not?
Medical based?
Yeah, because at one point it was like recovery.
Oh no, not anymore.
Medicine.
The last one was.
Well, that's how much I haven't listened to Eminem.
What was the other one? Slim Shady. Marshall Mathers LP2.
Oh, okay. But did it sound like the original Marshall Mathers?
He wanted to do a sequel, but like it was supposed to be the sequel to Marshall Mathers.
Yeah.
And he wanted to call it like
it's called Marshall Mathers LP2.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be like, and then he wanted to do like a sequel to Stan and all that, and I liked it a lot. I actually think.
What's the sequel to Stan? Doesn't Stan kill himself?
Like his brother comes back for revenge.
Oh God! Like Revenge of Stan.
So he's rebooting songs.
That's what it sounds like.
He's continuing narrative.
Well,
he's rebooting songs.
No, I don't think that's a bad narrative. I think he's doing like a trapped in the closet ordeal where there's like 12 parts of Stans, and maybe Stan.
There is a lot of fucking Eminem Stans in this world.
There are a lot of Eminem
Stans. You're one of them?
No, I don't think.
I'm not
yeah, he's not a Stan.
He's an insane clown posse.
You're an ICP Stan? You like you a Juggalo?
I love.
You a Juggalo for life?
Insane. In that Fago,
yeah, Fago.
Are you going to Return of the Juggalos? Or what's it called?
Please.
I heard Stephen Lynch's The Gathering. I'm like, that's what I'm about right there.
Is it really about the Juggalos?
Yes, it is.
I haven't listened to that.
If you have to hear it.
Yeah. Well, shout out to all the Juggalos out there. Woo woo. I think that's their call.
Woo woo.
There you go. Can you do it again?
No.
Come on, do it again.
I didn't even know they had a fucking maiden call.
Yeah, Juggalo culture is like a thing, man. They got their own thing. They got the. I forgot the name of the thing that you were just saying right now.
Night of the Juggalos.
It's not called the Night of the Juggalos. Okay, let's try to be cultured for this.
Juggalos?
It's not Return of the Juggalos.
Attack of the Juggalos. Will someone please
let us know
what the fucking Juggalo festival is called?
I only remember it from Workaholics. They do that one episode where they go to the gathering of the Juggalos. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, it's a gathering.
It's a gathering.
The gathering.
Okay.
The gathering of the Juggalos.
They sip on Fago and they just do
and
what Juggalos do best.
And they invite all these other like hardcore lyrical rappers like
Yeah.
What's that fool's name?
They always like Tech Nine.
Tech Nine.
Yeah,
Tech Nine's
yeah.
like has a guest residency at the gathering of the Juggalos.
Tech Nine. I feel like the Dudley brothers are there. Who else is
Lil White.
Lil White.
It's always like
I feel
really
like Atmosphere or whatever.
No, I don't think he's ever been there.
Who's the other? Who's the guy that does the Dance with the Devil song?
Immortal Technique.
Yeah, he has to be there. That's his only gig, I think. Like that has to be it.
It's probably, I don't know, but it's mostly like really drug infused rappers.
Oh, okay. So Lil Wayne could pop up then.
You guys ever notice that Lil White was
White
Future before Future?
I don't remember. Lil White is he was on Hypnotized Minds, I think,
he was
right?
on Xannies. He was on...
No, I mean like the record label.
Yes,
he was on Hypnotized. For a while. That's the Lil White I remember. He was on Hypnotized Mind, and he had the dope ass album covers, just like everyone else, like from Cash Money Millionaires and stuff from that era.
Yes.
Right. I will try to make a thumbnail like that one of these days for this.
Chris, you need to listen to Lil White. You would like Lil White.
He's white, by the way, if you didn't notice.
And it's W-Y-T-E, I believe.
Yeah, W-I-T-E.
W-Y-T-E.
W-Y?
I think so.
Somebody look this up right now before we look stupid. But Lil White.
Lil White.
What's up?
If you want to check out Lil White, Attack of the Juggalos. Yes, it's W-Y-T-E.
W-Y-T-E.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We didn't get it wrong, Lil White. You're still white. Okay, hi.
And apparently he's literate.
Not illiterate. Dude, he's not illiterate just because he doesn't want to spell it like white. Wouldn't it be more offensive if it was Lil White, just as the white? As,
like a Ku Klux Klan?
Like it's supposed to be spelled out, right? I don't know. Right? I'm sure someone else had the name Little White where it was properly spelled, and he was like, well, I'm Lil White with a Y, people. Okay? There you go. So, you know, we'll see where it goes. But yeah, if you're waiting on the Juggalos, hey, good for you, Chris. Keep on juggling.
I'm gonna go to that gathering.
You gotta go to it, dude. You might meet someone there. You never know.
And yell at them. I got it!
But yeah. Alright, well, I'm glad, we had our discussion made and everything. So, once again, shout out to the Leftorium for sponsoring this episode. Remember to use the code APN for 20% off your purchase there. And this has been A Podcast Now.
Thank you.